Joseph, how old are you?
33.
Do you support Trump?
I do.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Um, I support Trump because his immigration policies, and I pretty much disagree with a lot of the Democratic policies and what you guys stand for. But before we get into it, I wanted to ask you a couple questions. How does Trump being in office support your day-to-day life or affect your day-to-day life in a negative way?
How does it affect my day-to-day life in a negative way?
Because to me, it seems like you're doing well. I mean, you're getting $50 every 5 seconds, $5 galaxies,
Not
getting
every five
elevated.
seconds, my God. What are you talking about?
I mean, I've been on here for like 30 minutes. I mean, you're getting them left and right, but that's beside the point. It seems like you're doing pretty well, is my point. And it doesn't really seem like you have a negative, it has a negative effect on you. I'm just curious, like,
Do you
how it's
not think I could
affecting
care
you.
about other people?
No, absolutely. I care about other stuff too and other people. I'm just curious to the point of coming on here and, debating people about how bad he is and what he's done. I'm just curious, like, how he's affecting your day to day life. I just want
Yeah,
to know. I mean,
yeah. I don't do things based upon the effect on my day-to-day life because the reality of the matter is that I'm going to be fine either way, whether it's a Democratic presidency or a Republican presidency, because I'm privileged. Okay, but the reality of the matter is that I can use my privilege to advocate for better conditions for other people. I don't just consider what's going to be best for me. I consider what's best for society as a whole because I care about the rest of my country. Right? I
do
care
you
about the
think
420,000 kids that are being cut off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every single month because of the big beautiful bill. I care about the 10 million people that are cut off their health insurance through the context of Medicaid. I care about the 2.5 million people off their access to food stamps on average every single month because of the big beautiful bill cutting them off of their access to that. Right? I care about those things. Right? Even though I'm not affected by them, I still care about them.
But do you think that that stuff is going to last forever? Let's say hypothetically, the Democratic Party wins the next election and things change. Do you kind of have a plan as far as your platform as to what you're going to be talking about then?
Yeah. I mean, I already had a platform prior to Trump being in office. I've been doing this since 2021, like the streams.
What if things actively change for the better? I mean, do you feel like your platform is going to kind of dive down or
I don't know. And that's not my concern. My concern is that the country's better off. So if we're in the situation where like the country's better off, that's my goal. I bet I can figure out what to do based upon that. The reality of the matter is that I just want a better country. Right? I'm still going to talk about like why people support Republicans and debate against Republicans. I could still talk about politics. I could talk about specific niche ideological problems and issues. There are so many different things I could talk about. I think I'll be fine regardless.
is there a part of you deep down inside that you want JD Vance to win the next election so you can kind of have more things to argue about?
Nope, not at all. I want him to lose.
Would you vote for Kamala Harris if she ran again?
Over JD Vance, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess that's all I wanted to ask you.
Okay, do you want to tell me why you support Trump?
Well, just because I disagree with most of the Democratic policies and transgenderism and the immigration, I guess, and giving kids hormones and stuff like that.
Okay, I have a question. Do you think that voting for Republicans will make conditions safer for children?
No, I don't think voting for anybody would make anything safer. I think
Wait, safer is a comparison. So it's comparing one side as opposed to the other.
I don't really know. I mean, it's completely out of yours and mine, or mine and yours control. Wouldn't you agree? I mean,
What?
you can debate people
No?
all day, all long about the things that you disagree with, and I could do the same thing. But in reality, it's not going to change. There's nothing that you and I can do that's going to change anything.
Well, Louis, I just want to let you know you're in front of like 8,000 people right now. Okay?
What does that mean?
Yeah, you're currently right now in front of 8,000 people.
No,
Okay?
I heard what you said, but what does that mean?
Yeah. When you say things, other people hear them when you're in front of 8,000 people. Okay? That can impact things. What I say does impact things because thousands of other people hear them on a daily basis, every single day. That's
Well,
why I
well,
do what I do, is to make an impact. This is making an impact. This is changing things. It absolutely
well,
is. Thousands of people are hearing new information every single day. They're able to hear what I specifically want to bring attention to every single day.
do you have a list of things that you have seen change off of your impact that you're claiming?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
mean,
there's a
aside
list
from
of
your
it in the
following
chat,
list.
right? Yeah, there are a list of things in the chat. The amount of people that have come up to me in person, people that I just randomly walked up past, right? Or I saw at a place that I went to in public, have come up to me and told me this themselves.
But what is that going to
It's
do
not
in
just
10
something that I see
years,
on the
though?
internet. It's something that I've seen personally impact my life, just walking around seeing people randomly in public.
But what is that going to do for you in the next like 10 years?
It's not that what that's going to do for me, it's what that does for our society. What does that
But
do
what
for
if
our
it doesn't
society? It
change
leads to
anything?
more people being liberal. It shifts the Overton window to the left. It creates better conditions for us to be able to develop a universal healthcare system, universal childcare system, right? A system where we fund education more, right? A system that ensures the checks and balances of our systems are protected, the Constitution is protected, etc. Progression. That's exactly what it creates the foundation for. That's making an impact. I can't do everything myself, but I can do some. Can do a hell of a lot more than if I did nothing.
I mean, I guess I can. I mean, I do respect that. I mean, I've seen all your stuff online and stuff like that, and I do find you annoying sometimes. But I mean,
Good.
I can tell that you're obviously doing this to support your cause and the right reasons and stuff like that. So I just kind of wanted to get to a little bit. I mean, I just wanted to ask a little bit more about where you stand and how you feel about the effect on what you're doing. So
Okay. Do you feel like Trump ever considers those things? Because he's made billions from the presidency. He's clearly in it for the money to get away from going to prison. It doesn't seem like he's really in it for the job, right? His own aides, his own personal aides, said he spends 70% of his time on vanity projects.
I don't think he's really in it for the right reasons. Like I said, I support the Republican Party because I disagree with some of the Democratic stuff that you guys stand for. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, like, so it's like, why do you align with him then? Like, on what specific points?
um, immigration, I guess.
Okay. What on
I just,
immigration?
I just don't support transgenderism and, like I said, giving hormones to
What's
kids. And I
wrong?
know that's
Wait, what's wrong with trans people?
there's nothing wrong with trans people. I'm fully open for people to dress, act, claim to be however they want to be. Um, I just don't like lying to people. And
You're not lying to someone by acknowledging trans identity is valid.
you don't think that that's lying when
Not at all.
like if you were to dress up as a woman, call yourself a woman, act like a woman,
That
you
wouldn't
would
make me a
want me to.
woman because that's not what a woman is. A woman's based upon the commitments, desires to be in accordance with those characteristics as a prescription of gender identity, not just because you dress up.
What about all the people that do dress up and call themselves a woman
That's
or
called
woman?
drag.
But they call themselves a trans woman, though. I've met
Wait,
people that do that.
if they're a trans woman, then that means that they are a woman.
I mean, I guess we're going to agree to disagree. I mean,
Wait, so it's just based upon the way that we're using these terms. It's not that you're
how
lying to
so?
someone, it's just that you're using the term differently than the way that they're using it.
I mean, if I were to dress up as a woman and claim to be a woman,
I
would
wouldn't think
you
that you're a
support me?
woman because I know that you're someone who's a Trump supporter who is a right wing cis individual.
Okay, not me, or just an average person walking down the
Yeah,
street if they
could there be
decided.
someone who's trans that I would refer to as trans? Yes, because they're also trans and they're also a woman.
I mean, I don't really. What I'm trying to say is like, will you support someone if a guy just started to dress like a woman? Would you call them a woman
No,
if they claim to be
because they're
trans?
okay.
How easy is it to
If
just
they
turn?
are trans, then yes, I would respect their
How
identity.
easy is it to just become a woman?
Wait.
Can you do it overnight?
If I told you my name was Chris and you didn't know my name was Parker, would you call me Chris?
I guess because I wouldn't know.
Okay. Does that mean my name isn't Parker, or like I'm confused. I'm confused. Your point is like I could deceive you into thinking my name is different. What is that supposed to mean?
But you can't deceive
What is
me
supposed to be
into
the
thinking that
implication
you're a
of that?
woman, though.
That doesn't mean it's invalid for you to have a name because
Yeah,
you
but
could be deceived
you
about
can't
what someone's
deceive
name
me into
is.
not being a man, though.
What's up?
You can't deceive me into not being a man.
Yeah, you can.
How so?
Wait, I could totally someone could totally put on makeup or wear a certain outfit or do drag good enough where you couldn't tell, right?
Do you think you could?
I don't know, maybe.
You were about to say you could.
Say that one more time.
You were about to say that you could.
I'm confused.
You said I. You said I could, and then you just changed it. I'm just saying. Do you think that you could deceive me into
Yeah,
thinking that you were a woman?
you know you could probably do makeup good enough in order to be able to do so, of course, yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
But I think that technically almost anyone could, right? Like
yeah, but
someone who like is professional at makeup.
why do you support transgenderism?
Why do I support transgender people?
Not,
Because they're based
yeah,
and cool.
aside
Be-
from just
because
aside
they're
from
normal
that.
people like everyone else.
Well, yeah, I know that as well. I'm not saying that they shouldn't exist. I'm not saying that they're not humans. I'm not saying that they shouldn't dress, act,
Why are
talk.
they such a big deal to you?
It's not a big
They
deal
make up
to
less
me.
than one
It
percent of the
just
population. They're not
when
in your business all the time. They're not doing anything to you. Why
say
are
for
they such a big
example,
deal to you?
I go out to an outing sometimes with friends. Some of them are supportive of that, some aren't. And we come across a trans person, and I want to be respectful to that person, and you know, I'm not going to just call them a man in their face, and I'll be respectful, and if they want to be called she, I'll use she pronouns. And I see that other people that I'm with will not use those pronouns, and I see how uncomfortable that makes that person. So it just kind of puts people in like a weird situation because like I don't want to be rude to this
No, it's your
person
friends that
flat
are
out.
putting them in a weird situation.
Right, but it
They don't
also
want to be
makes me
respectful.
feel like I can't speak how I want to speak when I know that this person is a man, speaking like a man, looks like a man, just not dressed like a man.
Okay,
You get what I'm saying?
so what do you mean speaking the way that you want? You can speak the way you want. It's just like I'm really confused why the way
Yeah,
that you
well,
want to
if
speak isn't
someone
in
comes up to
accordance
me
with
with a
like what's
deep
the best way to
voice,
communicate to another person. Like
well,
why
if
do you
someone comes up
like
to
it
me
seems
with a
like you just
deep
feel
voice,
pure pressure to be rude to them.
that's not true. I just said I respect people and use their pronouns.
Yeah, but I understand, but you feel peer pressure to be weird to them.
Not weird. What I'm saying is if someone comes up to me with a deep voice and a beard, dressed in a dress, and they introduce themselves, hey, I'm Kelly, for example, and we have to communicate, I will use she, but the friends that I'm with will say he, and I see that it's uncomfortable for that person, but I'm not the type of person to, I guess, make them uncomfortable, so I'll just call them she, but it makes the whole situation weird because I start thinking about how my friends made that person feel, and I shouldn't make this person feel
Maybe
weird
you
because I
should
just
just get
met them.
better friends or just tell your friends they shouldn't do that and be more respectful.
Right, but that comes back around to the point of me having to lie to someone or fake how I want to speak because
You're
I'm
not
not going to just
lying.
go up to
You're not lying to them because you're
yeah
just
because
using wait. If you use a word in a different way, that's not lying. You're just
but
defining the word in a different way and using it in a different sense. Think about it this way. The term hot, okay? It can have a sense that's referring to spicy, that's referring to temperature, that's referring to attractiveness, right? And you can refer to any of those three different definitions or any other set of definitions if you'd like. If you were to use different context of the term, whether it be in a spicy sense or in a temperature sense, would that be lying?
no, I guess not. But
So
what
do you
I'm
see how
saying
you're
is
just using a different sense of the term? Okay?
but
So
what
that
I'm
doesn't
saying
mean
is
you're lying.
acknowledging that the person coming up to me is a man. That's what I'm
Again,
saying.
based upon the way that we use the term, right? A trans woman is a woman, a trans man is a man.
But when someone comes up to me and looks and talks and acts like a man, but is dressed a certain way, I want to call him him. I want to respond to him in
So
his
are you
realness.
referencing someone who's doing drag,
No, like they
or
introduce
you're referencing a
themselves.
trans person?
Yeah, a trans person in the situation in
Okay.
public. They come up to me, "Hey, I'm Kelly. My pronouns are she." I know that that's a man because they have facial hair, they have a deep voice, and I know inside that it's a man. But I am not one to just be straight out rude to someone. Like I will call them she just to not
So then
be
why is this
rude
a
to this
big
person.
problem for you? Something that you have to bring up on a TikTok live?
It's
Because you know that some cis women have facial hair as well, right?
I know that men have facial hair.
Yeah. Do you not think cis women who are not trans also can have facial hair?
I guess, yeah. I guess anybody could have a little bit of facial hair.
Yeah. So I guess I just like, what's the point?
Well, you asked me the things I support and I don't support, and I
No, I'm
told you
asking like,
that
yeah, but like, how is this a problem that's relevant to like why you're voting for a political candidate?
it's not.
Okay.
It's just my views that are against the Democratic views, or I guess your
Yeah, but
views.
like you said that this is relevant towards the way you vote, right?
No, I didn't.
So if it's not relevant towards the way you vote, what views are relevant to the way you vote?
I mean, I guess just immigration is all I really know.
All you care about is immigration? Okay. What if I told you that Democrats wanted to criminalize undocumented entry? They just want to make the legal process go quicker. Would you say that you agree with that?
Um, yes,
Okay, so then why do you disagree with the Democrats on immigration then?
because I just don't really like how the Democratic Party acts, and I can't put
Okay,
myself on that side.
like what about the way that like we act?
It's the social justice warrior stuff that I see online. I mean, you see the same stuff online, dude. I mean,
What SJW
there's
stuff?
there's there's just I know that you've seen a lot of videos of the Republican Party acting crazy, and you use that as like, God, those people are freaking nuts, and that's why I don't support them because look at how they act. They're violent, they're racist, they're Nazis. I see stuff on the opposing side that make me feel the same way about you guys.
Okay, what SJW stuff did you see that is a big problem?
Like I just mentioned, like every street interview where people challenge their opinions, they start freaking out, getting violence, wanting to shut them up, or calling them
So can I tell you
Nazis, or
something? Maybe
tell
you're
me whatever.
seeing this content because your For You page is predisposed to get that content, and maybe this content's getting more views because that type of content grabs people's attention more.
I see both content, dude. I
So
see
it's
both sides of it.
maybe it's not that this is happening in every single interaction amongst people who are left wing. It's just that when it does happen, it gets more attention when it does. Does it make
Do you
sense?
see uh, content that's, I guess, against Republicans with on your feed?
Yeah,
Would you see your feed is
I see
catering
like
to that?
Republicans doing that type of stuff, whereas you're more inclined to see liberals doing that type of stuff. That's because we both are going to get the alternative media.
I guess, but I mean, like I said, I see both sides of it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
then
saying
explain to me how that's a reason to like support Republicans over the Democrats if that's going to exist on both sides.
because I just think that everything that I've seen on the Democratic side, I just can't get behind.
Like
I
what?
just can't support it.
Like what? Like how about this?
Like,
What about what I support is too much for you?
um, giving children hormones, you probably support, right? You support a
No, I
parent,
think
like you just mentioned earlier. You were talking about, um, a child goes through the support of their parents and a doctors to get the right hormones, and
yeah, when you're like 16 plus, right? You can go through the context of your doctors and your parents through the context of a process that's multiple years long to be able to potentially be able to get access to it. Which, by the way, I was able to do to be able to get Accutane. Okay, that affects my hormones. That could have long-term implications. As a
how
16-year-old,
long?
I was able to get that.
how long does your support for that person last?
What does that mean?
So you say a 16-year-old has the support of their parents, their family, a doctor to guide them. They have surgery.
No, this is not
They
surgery.
cut their breast off, for example.
This is not
They
surgery
start
I'm referencing. I'm referencing
well.
hormones.
Well, I'm referencing people that are having surgeries, taking hormones.
I'm referencing specifically hormones. First
Well, I
referenced
thought this was
hormones and
about
now
what
you're
I'm.
saying surgeries.
Well, they go hand in hand. Wouldn't you say that people that cut off their breasts will start taking hormones to be more manly, grow facial hair, get a deeper voice, muscle mass,
Yes,
right?
for surgery broadly, it's not allowed until 18 years old. Do you agree?
Well, what I'm trying to say is, how long does your support for a person that is going through or using hormones, having the surgeries last? What I'm saying is, you'll support them and be like, yes, I support this person to get the surgeries to be whoever they want. But what if 10 years down the road, they regret every decision that they make?
Then you support
My
them in
br-
that decision.
my brothers are gone. They're gonna.
So you never stop supporting them. You support them in
I
that
don't. Well,
decision
I
if they
don't
want
believe
if
that.
they
Because
regret because
what if they
you want to know
change
something crazy? You
parties?
want to know something crazy? When it comes to these specific procedures, the level of regret is extremely low. Overwhelmingly small level of regret. Okay? So that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Of course there are some circumstances where it does. But you can't just say that because there's a small set of individuals that regret it, that you won't allow anyone to be able to get access to it, because then you're not going to allow for open heart surgery. You're not going to allow for knee surgery. You're not going to allow for any typical type of surgery or typical procedure, because inevitably there are some circumstances where people regret it.
No, and I understand that. But what I'm trying to ask you is, later down the road, when people do start to regret it and they have a change of opinion, and they start veering towards the Republican Party and changing their views on certain things. Oh, I was young and I wanted to make these decisions. I'm older now. I'm a Republican now. Does that support still stand with you? If they are fully against what you support, will you still support that person that you once supported?
That's a really vague question. Repeat the question again. Sorry.
A person goes through surgery, takes the hormones. You support them fully because, I mean, that's what you said. You support that person. You still support them. Later down the road, 10 years, they regret their decision for
Uh
cutting
huh.
off their taking the hormones,
Okay.
becoming trans, and they just want to be what they were born. And they
Okay.
change political parties later down the road. Will
Okay.
you still support that person? The same person that you supported from the beginning, 10 years later, they're a different person, different views. Does that support still
I will
last?
support their decision to specifically not go through transition or to detransition, but I would not support the decision to like change political parties.
Okay, well, that's all I wanted to ask is, how far will your support go? And I guess you just
What?
answered it. How is that a confusing question?
Yeah, why are you asking this? I'm confused.
I'm just curious of where you stand and how far your support goes. I mean, you support all this democratic stuff, and I'm just curious, when does it end? When do you stop caring about that individual that you supported? Is it when he turns or when they turn into a Republican? Do you stop supporting that side, or
Well, like, of course, I'm not going to agree with the political opinions of someone, but I'm going to support someone in their decision of whether they want to get a surgery or not, like any other surgery, right? Or any other treatment. I'm going to support them in getting it given they want to.
what if
Like, why are we
during
treating
that,
it any different?
what if their mindset about the transition in the first place was against what you think?
I think I've answered the
Oh, I
same
was young.
question like 8 times. Do you want me to? What would you like me to say at this point? Because like at
Nothing.
this
Why do
point,
you
I
seem like
think
you're
I've
getting
answered this
uncomfortable
question
about
multiple
this?
times. Have I not?
I guess
What was my answer?
that you would still support them.
So then why are you asking me the question again?
You just seem confused. That's why I was repeating it. Your facial expressions seem kind of like lost.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
was
confused on why you keep asking me this question and why this conversation's even relevant.
So
To
then
be totally
change the
honest with you,
conversation then. I mean, it's your live.
that's
These
what
are
I'm
your
trying to do.
fans. Well, instead of arguing as to why you're so confused, why I'm asking, then take control of your life. It's not mine. You got 8,000 people watching you, dude. Take control.
I'm having a conversation with you. It's going to be relevant to like what you're bringing up on the stream.
You just
Do
said it
you?
was irrelevant.
Yes. It's relevant to bring up what you care about on the stream. So if I'm asking you to
And we
reroute to
just,
a more relevant argument,
well, we
why
just
don't you?
talked about something and then it
How about this?
ended.
How about this? You want me to do that? Reroute to a more relevant argument. Do it right now.
Well, why do you not support immigration?
What? Why do I not support immigration?
You heard me clear. Why are you repeating the
That's
question?
I never argued against immigration.
So you're against immigration and Trump's policy on it?
I'm against Trump's
Are
immigration
you
policy. Doesn't mean I'm against
are you
immigration.
against ICE?
Yes,
Why?
because I don't like how it's structured within the federal government, which allows for the executive branch to violate constitutionally protected rights, right? Which is an issue. I
How do
think
you
that
think that the country should be handling immigration
I think there should be a quicker legal pathway.
as opposed to
Our current system
which is?
taking too long, several years on average.
But how is that affecting you though? What difference would it make to your day-to-day life?
I'm
Like
not
how
an
quickly
immigrant.
is it going?
I'm not an immigrant. I'm talking about the difference it would make for people who are immigrating to our country.
But what difference does it make how fast it goes for them?
Yeah,
They're
because
coming
it
into the country
incentivizes
illegally.
people to go through said legal process, and it's a more humane process for them so that they don't have to wait to get to the country they want to go immigrate to.
Well, why can't they just do it the right way? My father came to this country as an illegal immigrant and got his papers and became a citizen with 5 kids working brutal hours. And I just don't see the excuse. It just blows my mind how people just, I get the process is different for every person, but I mean, if one man could do it with 5 kids working 2, 3 jobs, I don't know. I just can't get
We're
behind.
just wanting to make the legal process go quicker than it already goes. Just because people can do it doesn't mean that it's not as easy as it should be. We can make it easier. Why wouldn't we?
That's not up to you and me.
That's what we're advocating for in terms of policy right now. So yes, it is, because that's the policy positions we're prescribing right now on the stream, sir. We're having a conversation about what we think it should be.
So if you and I both agree on what it should be, then what?
Then we would move on, and I would go talk to someone else.
Yeah, well, I guess go talk to someone else.
So you agree with me?
Sure.
You don't agree with
Yeah.
me.
No, I do. I mean, I do think
So
it
so
should
then
be
you
a
so you
speedy
support
process.
so you support Harris over Trump.
I don't. You're just
So
putting
then why
words
do
in
you
my mouth.
support Trump over Harris?
Because I disagree with the Democratic Party. I said that like 5 times
On what?
already. I already answered that like 8 times. You're doing
Say it
what I
again.
did a couple of minutes ago.
Say it again.
Why do you keep repeating yourself?
Because I'm trying to have a conversation with you. If you don't want to have a conversation, just fucking leave the live. Why are you acting like this?
Acting like
Like,
what,
what the
dude?
fuck is wrong with you?
I'm acting the same way
I'm
that
trying
you're
to have a
acting.
conversation with you on a live stream about a political debate of why you support Trump. I'm asking you why you support Trump, and you're getting fucking confused.
Did you not
Why do
tell
people
me
act
that
like this? What is wrong with you?
Do
Actually,
you not?
dude, I'm sorry.
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
not?
Use your fucking brain. Where the fuck are you? You're on a debate stream, a political debate stream, okay? You're debating why you support a specific candidate, okay? If I ask you why you support a specific candidate, I want to hear a response as to why you support the specific candidate. If you don't want to provide a response, leave the fucking live stream. Why'd you come debate me in the first place? What the fuck are you doing? You want me to take control? I fucking will. I'm done fucking treating you like the little kid that you're acting like. Honestly, it's fucking embarrassing.
Did I
Can you
not
please
answer that question when you first?
either engage with the question or get the fuck off the stream? I'm done with this
Why
shit,
are you getting
dude.
so mad?
Because
dude?
you're not fucking responding, and because you wanted me to fucking do this in the first place. You want me to act authoritative with you? Then fucking respond to it.
Yeah, because I took control of your live stream for the last
You're not
20
taking
minutes,
control of
dude.
jack shit right now. I was just being nice to you. That's it. That's all that was happening in
And
that scenario.
how was I being mean to you?
Hey, buddy. All that was happening in that scenario was that I was being nice to you. You weren't
How
taking
was I
control of
being
shit.
rude to you?
I was just
How
being
was I
nice
being
to
rude you.
How about you
How was I
fucking?
being rude to you?
This is why this isn't more effective. Okay, because when I'm more authoritative with you, you're just gonna fucking complain about it.
But have you not realized that I agree with you on certain points throughout this? And
I'm asking what you disagree on because we're debating.
I literally told you transgenderism. I told you.
Yes, so talk about what you disagree on.
Did I not tell you that?
So then
times?
Speak about what you disagree upon. That's what I'm trying to get you to speak about.
You literally complained a moment ago. How about I asked the same question 8 times? You literally asked me.
Yeah, because you won't move on within the conversation.
So take control of your live stream. And
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, I just told you again. Immigration, transgenderism.
Then tell me the specifics about it that you want to continue to talk about. If not, then leave the fucking stream.
Why are you so mad? I thought we were having a good conversation.
We're not. We are not having a good conversation. You are fucking delusional if you think we are.
Because
you won't speak about what you think. You won't tell me what you view the world. You won't even respond to my questions. That's why.
What's the question that you asked?
What the fuck is the reason why you disagree with the Democrats? Be specific. We went over the ones you disagreed with. I gave you my responses to it, and then you stopped giving me new points. You just kept saying the same thing over and over again. Give me a new response. Keep talking.
What is your thought on abortion?
Holy fuck, dude, these people. I'm pro-choice.
Do you believe that an abortion is killing a human being?
No.
Why?
Because I don't think zygotes and embryos are human beings. I don't think they're people.
I will say that I am pro-choice as well because our country allows abortions to happen, correct?
Yeah.
So I feel that people should be able to get what our country gives. I can't say at the end of the day that it's not killing a human being. And I don't understand how people can think that that's not killing a human being. Like I said, I'm pro-choice. People can abort whatever they want, but to say that it's not ending a human life is just ridiculous.
It is a human life. It's just not a human being or a person. So that's the distinction. If you're pro-choice, then there's no need to bring up abortion. I don't know why you did. I'm trying to hear why you support Trump, not why you agree with Parker.
I don't agree with you.
You just said you're pro-choice.
Does that mean I agree with you completely?
It means you agree with me on the relevant point of what side you would be on. If you're pro-choice, then you agree with the Democrats. We could have small disagreements on what our position is. I don't care.
For someone,
I honestly don't care. If you're pro-choice, I don't care. So move on to a point we disagree upon that gets you to support Trump.
For someone that has a platform as big as you do, with 8,000 people watching you, and you still just stick around to talk to somebody that's absolutely just making you so mad, and instead of choosing somebody else, just blows my mind.
So are you purposefully rage baiting me?
I'm not, dude. I came here to talk to you and get to know you and why you do the things that you do, because I see you online everywhere.
You're like, you have a platform. Why are you talking to me? I'm talking to you because I wanted you to be able to bring up your argument for why you support Trump. I didn't say why you're talking to me. I'm saying, why are you
still on here if you're so angry and you don't want to?
Why am I so angry with you? I told you the reasons why. How about you listen to them?
Why are you so mad? You don't have to be so mad.
Because you don't. Because you don't listen to anything I say. Because you don't engage with my questions. Because you're not. I was being very nice to you. Way too nice to you. And
I was being nice to you, wasn't I? Instead of not answering your questions.
No, you were not.
How was I rude to you?
You have exploited my niceness repeatedly.
How was I being rude to you?
You've been incredibly rude to me this entire conversation.
How?
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. How about you stop cutting me off? That's another example. How about that? In the middle of you ask me a question, I'm responding to the question. Literally, less than halfway through this first sentence in answering your question, you cut me off. That's rude.
So mute me then, like you do everybody else.
So do I have to treat you like a child?
No.
So then stop talking. Why I don't have to mute you if you don't have to act like a child?
You know what I've noticed?
Don't act like a child, so I don't have to mute you.
What I've noticed about you is when you don't have your way, or people don't do what you say, you throw this little temper.
You want me to mute you? I'll do it. Well, we'll control the conversation. Stop having conversation about things that are irrelevant. Bring up things related to why you support Trump. If you don't, I'm going to kick you and go on to the next person. I'm done with the 20 questions, okay? Go through why you support Trump or get off my stream.
I had a very lovely conversation, dude. I'm sorry that you're so angry. I hope that you can calm down a little bit. And like I said, I see you online everywhere. I just wanted to get to hear your stance from you. And sorry that this didn't go the way that you planned it to go.
Did you hear my two options, sir?
Yeah, kick me then.
What were my two options?
Kick me.
So you want to act like a child?
No, I don't.
You're acting like one right now.
You were throwing the tantrum.
You're the one throwing a tantrum right now. I told you two options of what you could do. And instead of answering or going within that, literally, you could tell me why you support Trump. You could go into the debate of why you support Trump. You still, instead of doing that, you keep pressing the buttons of, oh, I'm just going to do everything, but trying to do what the topic of the live stream is about. You can't help yourself, but act like a child.
You literally muted me halfway.
You told me to. You told me to.
Me off. What a hypocrite.
You told me to. You literally told me to.
Dude, stop acting like a kid and just listen for a second.
Okay, I'm going to kick this person. He's rage baiting me. I don't think that person's serious.